Bishop Sherman D.Manning, I was glad when they said unto me, Let us go into the house of the Lord. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is builded as a city that is compact together. Whether the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of the Lord. For there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem, that they shall prosper that love thee. That they shall prosper that love thee. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within thy walls, and prosperity within thy palaces. For my brothers and companions' sake, I will now say peace be within thee. Because of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek thy good. Let me tell you something. My great-granddad, Grady Jackson Sr., would say that entire psalm by memory almost every day of his life. And he taught me, peace be within thy walls and prosperity within thy palaces. But what catches my attention even more is verse 6 in the 122nd division of Psalm. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. So those members of the squad, I love you. We got a right to be progressive. We got a right to be all of that. But if you want to prosper, you better love Israel. You better love the Jews. Let me tell you something. Last night I had my first outing where I actually spoke before an all-Jewish audience. And it was an amazing thing. And one of my friends, one of the closest friends I have who happens to be Jewish, was telling me last night, he said, you should be speaking in colleges and universities and other places, just gatherings, encouraging Jews to be proud to be Jews, not to be upset, not to be timid. And I told him I'll be more than happy to do that. Because when you look at what happened on October 7th, and you see some of these politicians and college chancellors and presidents who had the audacity, the temerity, the unmitigated gall to try to stand up and justify what happened and to say that this didn't happen in a vacuum and all of that, I want to know, do they realize, do they understand that 40 babies were murdered on that day? 40 babies. Not to mention the hostages, not to mention the women who were sadistically raped, not to mention that some of the men were unspeakable crimes happened on October 7th. And so for anyone to get up and try to figure out a way to justify that and make that be all right, there's something wrong with you. I feel the pain of my Jewish brothers and sisters. I was thinking about it the other day. I'm 50. I wear this cross every day of my life. Not one time in 50 years of living have I ever been afraid to wear my cross. Not one time in 50 years of living have I ever been afraid to wear my cross. Not one time in 50 years of living have I ever been afraid to wear my cross. How would I feel if I were a college student right now in a university in America, supposedly the freest nation on planet Earth, and if I walked into a classroom and I was mistreated because I had a cross on, and people discriminated against me because I had a cross on, and people hated me because I had a cross on. Jewish students are afraid in some of these colleges to wear their yarmulkes. There's something wrong, and some of us need to do some speaking out. So I make myself available. If you know Dr. Stein, Dr. Kara Stein, I'll come to UCLA and I'll speak truth to power. And I'll speak it with everything that is in my system. And I'll speak it with everything that is deep down in my soul. I will speak it and won't care who is offended by what I'm speaking. Listen to me. I'm not doing this for a media stunt. I'm not interested in the media. I'm not interested in the media. I'm not interested in the media. The media has taught me. They will make you, they will break you, they will build you up to tear you down. So I'd rather do this under the radar. I'd rather some of these college professors like Dr. Kara Stein and Dr. Barry Katz, I think I'm mispronouncing his name, but it's spelled Katz, over at Cal State Northridge. I'd rather some of these professors just start calling me in secret and inviting me in to speak. And if you can get it approved for a Baptist preacher, which shouldn't be too hard to do, to come in and speak, I'll come in and speak truth to power, because we must do something about what's going on in the United States of America. This hatred, this disdain for Jewish people is unacceptable. If Martin Luther King Jr. were alive, he would speak out against it. If Reverend Hosea Williams, my mentor, was alive, he would speak out against it. Ambassador Andrew Young does not like it, and Bishop Sherman D.Manning does not like it. You all know how to reach me. Contact me. If you don't know how to get a hold of me, contact Dr. Kara Stein. She'll tell you how. I pastor Yes We Can Worship Center. Take a look at yeswecanworshipcenter.org. Take a look at the tinyhomesproject.com. If you want to help us, please be sure to let us know. Keep the faith, everybody. Keep the faith.